Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Swan Song. So I actually didn't think I would be making this episode since in the morning I was I was kind of playing PSO2 for a long time. A bit too long than I'd like to admit. But yeah, here I am at night. Before I want to go to bed, I might as well play some Swan Song for a bit. After this, I'm just gonna go to bed though. Like, holy shit. I played a bit too much yesterday. Bit too much than I'd like to admit. So yeah, last episode, Kuwagata-san fucked up. Hanamura went out of his went out of the Vigilante Corpse's way. We don't know where he is. I assume he's gonna go to the Daichi Society. That like be the most logical situation or solution. If he doesn't, I think that's weird. I just hope he doesn't die somewhere, because I really like him. But yeah, we left off at flashback from Yuka. And now we'll see what's this is gonna be. This is gonna be. Sorry if my sometimes like black out or something or goes off. I'll probably edit that out. But I am very tired. And it looks like my cancer sore is a bit okay now. It doesn't hurt no more. So last episode was really the only time where I don't speak a lot. His car heading to the performance hall is filled with that new car smell. I get nauseous every time the car turns. I get carsick easily, and the smell only made it worse, so I'm clinging to the door handle. I used to not be carsick, because as a kid, my parents always like drove cars and stuff. But as I grew up, I actually prefer motorcycles, and I sometimes get carsick really easily. Like depends on like what type of perfume I guess you have on the car. Perfume, air freshener, sorry, not perfume. I murmur in my head that I'll die before I get to the contest at this rate. The smell of the sandwich I ate this morning comes up my throat, and there's a sour taste in my mouth. The sour taste brings on the next wave of nausea. But my mother does not console me. Instead, she confirms the same thing over and over again. Mother clearly looks worried. I nod back every time, but I wish that she would worry about my car sickness instead. The doctor informed us about a month ago that my heart is defective. I was practicing piano at home for the contest when suddenly, everything turned white. When I woke up, I was in a hospital bed. My mother and father, who were supposed to be at work, were both there, and I remember that it was funny because even though they smiled all the time, they looked so serious then instead. I had heart disease. It may not technically be a disease, but anyway, my heart is much weaker than other people's, and they tell me there's no hope of recovery. Oh, I guess that's why she died couple of episodes ago. I thought it was because of her asthma attack. Then again, I don't think that guy would be... Well, I don't know. He doesn't seem that cruel to kill Yuka after he had sex with her. But I don't know. Could be just because his voice was made not that cruel. While in reality, he would be that cruel. It's not that I'm going to die right away, but I hear that it's dangerous if I do something that puts a burden on my heart, like exercising or getting excessively nervous. I was told that my life would be on the line. I don't remember if they said that my heart is made of glass or if it's a time bomb, but I heard something like that. And I remember being a bit excited even though it's a bit indiscreet, because it felt like I entered a movie or a drama series. I wasn't scared or sad. Rather, I felt happy as if I was the chosen one. The main character of a tragedy usually has a tragic destiny. And I was a stupid child back then. and naturally believed that I was special. So I felt like it proved a fact. My smile to console my father and mother from their despair wasn't really all a bluff. But there was one thing that troubled me. I can't get excessively nervous, so that means I cannot perform in front of many people. My father, mother, and doctor told me I shouldn't, but I couldn't accept that fact no matter what. I've always practiced piano for as long as I can remember, and I've worked so hard at it. I'd sacrifice fun after school time with my friends, peaceful weekends, and all the time my classmates had fun to practice piano. My dream was to become a professional pianist, and I firmly believed that I had the talent. The many years of hard work would at least pay off when I would win a tough competition, even though I'm only in the 5th grade. My confidence was about to be proven in reality, and I was about to make my first step. I could not stand to give it all up then. I said selfish things, cried, screamed, and had an attack again on top of that. Everyone around me was troubled that I would keep becoming excited at this rate. In the end, they allowed me to participate in the competition on the condition that I quit piano afterwards. My mother is confirming the promise many times even as we head to the competition. I nod back, but in my mind, stick my tongue out. I stick my tongue out at her and tell her I won't quit. There's no way I can stop here. It's a very weird way to structure the sentence. I endured the shaking of the car as I imagine myself performing at the competition. I'll give the best performance I can and surprise everybody. And right as I finish playing, my heart would break down and I would collapse onto the keyboard. This girl sure has some crazy imagination. A loud dissonant noise would echo through the hall. The scene of sad and miserable fate enchants me. Even if I don't die today, no, it may be better for me to safely survive. I'll become more popular, play in an even bigger concert, and die there. That's better. I'll die in front of everyone as I play the piano. Now that I think about it, I was wishing for a very embarrassing thing. My mother spoke to me with concern even in the waiting room. I was annoyed by it, but my heart was also pounding fast because everyone around me was nervous. I didn't mind dying, but it would be indecent and unstylish to die here before I could play the piano. I snuck out of the room when my mother went to the restroom. The plants in front of the entrance fill the area with a refreshing air. I take a deep breath and it takes the lump in my chest away. I cheer up a bit and start walking towards the adjacent small park. There's someone sitting on a bench in front of the water fountain. It's a skinny boy with shaggy hair and glasses. He's staring at the water fountain. I knew that he was in a competition because he's wearing formal clothes. I was becoming excited, so I wanted to talk to the boy.
Konnichiwa.
That's a very aggressive konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. 聞こえないの？僕ですか？
He looks up at me as if looking at a bright light.
そうに決まってるじゃない。
There's no one else here.
こんにちは。
He greets me and then returns to looking ahead of him.
親はいないの？来てませんから。変な親ね。そうですね。あなた、何年生？6年生です。私は5年生。すごいでしょ。
Yo, this girl is really different when she grew up. I brag, but all he does is give half-hearted replies and doesn't react the way I expected him to.
元気ないのね。病気？緊張してるの？なんだか日本人の子供がいっぱいいて気持ち悪くなってしまいました。何言ってるの？それよりね、あなた今日びっくりすることが起きるかもしれないんだよ。そうですか。なんでって聞かないの？なんでですか？私ね、演奏の途中で死んじゃうかもしれないの。すごいわよ。そうですか。そうですかしか言えないの？でも、なんて言ったらいいんですか？
Yeah, what do you want me to say? He looks at me in wonder. I thought that he was a weird kid.
どうして死んじゃうの？とか。
Well, I'm not interested in why you're gonna die.
わかりました。あなたはどうして死んじゃうんですか？私が今日の主役だからよ。はあ。
The conversation ends again. I became angry because he doesn't react even after I told him a secret. I thought that he didn't believe me, but that's only to be expected. I'm sure that this expressionless boy would be surprised when I die. I'm looking forward to it, even though I won't be able to see it. While I was thinking, he stood up and said this.
ああ、そろそろ時間です。僕は行きます。
Then he started walking to the performance hall. After a few steps, he staggers and falls on his butt into the puddle made by the fountain. I quickly run up to him.
大丈夫？怪我はなかった？大丈夫です。でも、服が汚れてしまいました。
He stands up by himself. His white shirt is covered in mud.
これじゃ舞台に立てません。
He looks unconcerned though. I wonder if he doesn't care and respond.
そうだね。誰かに服を借りなきゃ。今から洗ってる暇はないもんね。誰か？うん、誰かに。ズボンが破れちゃってる。買いに行って間に合うかな？間に合いませんね。そうだよね。しかし、あなたは何もしないんですか？
He's looking into my eyes.
あなたは何もしないんですかと言ったんです。不思議だなと思って。
Why would you do anything about this?
不思議ってどういうこと？なんででしょう。信じられないな。あなたはどうして平気でいられるんだろう。
What are you talking about? He murmurs and frowns.
意味がわからないんだけど。なんでわからないんですか？
What are you talking about? Why are you getting angry?
っていうか、どうして私が怒られないといけないの？当たり前じゃないですか。こんな服じゃ演奏ができないでしょ。そしたら自分の服を貸したいって思わないんですか？そうだけど、でも私女の子だし、男の人に洋服借りた方が。確かにせっかく練習してきたのにこんなことがあって怒るのはわかるけど、それはいくらなんでもわがままだよ。
Yeah, what the hell? What is wrong with you?
そういう問題じゃないんです。これは僕のわがままなんかじゃないんですよ。僕は別にこんなところでピアノなんか弾かなくても構わないんですよ。でも僕がピアノを弾くことが音楽のためになるから演奏をするんです。それは僕の意思ではなくてピアノがそう望んでいるんです。
Tsukasa, you got a few screws loose in your head, dude. I think you grew up a bit better, but my god, you as a kid you're fucking awful. What the heck does that even mean?
何言ってるの？しかし、だからといって僕はそれが嫌ではありませんよ。その意思には義務を持って応えたいと思っています。だって僕はピアノを愛していますから。その意思に逆らったりするつもりはないんです。
For all we know though, Tsukasa might still be like this. It's just that he's really good at hiding it or lying to himself. He stares at my face. I shy away.
そうなの？そうなの？じゃないですよ。まだわかりませんか？全然。
He sighs, then starts explaining.
あなただってこんなところにいるんですから、僕ほどじゃないにしてもそれなりに音楽を愛しているんでしょ？だったら僕にピアノを演奏させることはあなたの義務でもあるはずじゃないですか。それなのにどうしてそう平然としていられるんですか？
What a fucking prick. Dude, I talked to you out of nowhere. I don't have any sort of responsibility to do anything about this. Do your own thing about this shit. What the hell? 僕に演奏させないで平気だってことは、あなたはピアノの意思を否定するわけで、すなわちそれは音楽に対して不誠実だということじゃないですか。愛しているかもしれないけれど、でもそれは不誠実なんだ。僕にはそれが許せない。どうしてあなたは愛する者に対して不誠実でいられるんですか？それであなたの人生に悔いはないんですか？あなたが音楽に対して誠実なら、持てる全ての犠牲を払ってでも僕を舞台に立たせるべきなんですよ。どうしてそういう気持ちになれないんだ？
本当に理解できません。
I think that's less have anything to do with love rather than you being a narcissist. Let's be real here. He might not think of himself as a narcissist, like, for all we know, he might think of this as true. But to other people, like, are you serious? Like, I don't think he's malicious, but if I was Yuka at this point of time, I would just run away. Like, fuck this kid. I don't really understand what he's talking about, but I can tell that he's mad. I wasn't used to having someone mad at me, so I was overwhelmed.
じゃあ私はどうすればいいの？
My voice unintentionally sounds like I'm patronizing him.
自分で考えてください。
He looks away with that.
なんだろう。その耳をいじるのやめてください。気になります。
He's watching, even though he didn't seem to be.
みっともないですよ。ごめんなさい。癖なの。
I let go of my ear.
でもあんた結構失礼な子なのね。そんなことはどうでもいいです。でもさ、要するに私の服を貸せってことなんでしょ？
In a very bad manner, yes. He sighs quietly.
ちょっと違うけど、それがあなたの全てだって言うなら僕はそれでもいいと思います。
I don't understand what he wants to say, but it seems my conclusion isn't that far off from what he wants. I sigh secretly.
でもこれ女物だよ。それが本当の誠意であれば僕は他には何も気にしません。世の中で一番大事なものは誠意ですよ。それにスカートだし。気が進まないのなら強要はしないですよ。あなたはそれだけの人間だということになりますが、それはあなたの問題であって僕の問題ではありません。
What is wrong with this kid?
難しい言葉よく知ってるのね。勉強しましたから。
He looks at me with cold eyes. It feels like he's testing me, and my bluffing nature is stimulated. And this is what I tell him.
じゃあ貸してあげるわ。それでいいでしょ？貸してくれるんですか？そうよ。文句ある？いや、特にありません。
I'm determined now, but he's so calm that I want to punch him. Instead of hitting him, I say this to him.
女装でもすればいいのよ。この変態。
Okay. This is so weird. What the fuck? And she's okay with this? I mean, no wonder Tsukasa remembers this, I guess. It's a pretty memorable scene. We exchange clothes in the bathroom. After changing, he stands there without being embarrassed about his girly dress.
意外と美人だね。メガネ取ってみてくれる？嫌ですよ。もうつまんない子。じゃあさっさとピアノ弾いてきなよ。はい。
He takes a few steps, then turns around to me and stares at my face.
そういえばいいですか？何よ。
I reply, staying on guard against anything difficult he may say.
さっきあなたが言ってた変態ってどういう意味ですか？
He asks with a straight face.
あんたみたいな人のことよ。
I snort and answer bluntly on purpose.
なるほど。
He nods like he understands. I don't understand this guy. I'm starting to get interested in this person.
私も聞いていい？何でしょう？あなたの名前は？天子司です。私は佐々木由香っていうの。はあ。覚えた？
He sounds really unconfident.
多分。
I can't walk around wearing these clothes covered in mud, so I go into the bathroom and sit on top of the toilet until his performance ends. The more I think, the more I'm convinced that he's wrong and that I said the right thing. I start to think that he forced me because I've never had anyone be that mad at me before. But is he trying to kill me by surprising me? I've never seen anyone who's so full of himself. Who does he think he is? And these wet clothes are making me cold. I'll get mad at him when he comes back. Even I can get mad. While I ponder about how to yell at him, his name is announced. How will he play? I concentrate since I'm curious. It's kind of understandable though that someone with talent like him, especially from a young age, I think he's supposed to be maybe not world renowned, but he's pretty popular in the music industry. His dad was, at the very least. So this is probably something that most people don't want to admit when they are talented. But to some degree, they are very full of themselves. A friend of mine is like that. Like, I'm close enough with him to know when he starts showing that kind of attitude, especially to people he doesn't know. But once you get to know him, it's not that bad. First, I hear people giggle. That's natural, given what he's wearing. I was worried if he'd be allowed to play, but I hear him playing soon after. My confidence is completely shattered after a few measures. It's true that I'm a dreamy girl, but that doesn't mean that I only long for a sweet death, and that it was the only thing that made me want to play the piano. I spent so much tiring time devoted to the piano. The strict and reputed piano teacher let out a smile and praised me. Wherever I went, piano always became the first topic, and I was able to obtain warm things because of the piano. Such events were what my feelings for the piano were created upon. I hoped that my strained mind that was ready for death would take my performance to another level and allow me to perform wonderfully. I thought that I'd be able to perform on a different level if I gave up my heart. But his performance was cruel. His performance was better than anything I imagined. It doesn't seem like he's playing the same song I've practiced. I can't even sigh. I realize that in comparison to the height of stars, my determination is like foolishly sacrificing my life to raise my shoe soles. Even if I smash my heart and cover myself in blood to take one step, his figure is in the distant horizon. The fact that he's a year older than me doesn't comfort me one bit. The calm part of my brain tells me that my life and the hard work were all meaningless. It's embarrassing to call what I've done practice or hard work. I wish I could fall into despair and immerse myself in the sweet feeling, but his performance did not allow me to fall into despair. The devilish melody took complete control of my mind, not allowing me to have any personal emotions. My emotion is now a slave to what his fingers denote, and it's an overwhelming emotion I will never be able to experience in my life. His piano furiously moves my feelings up and down like never before. I become more overjoyed than when I first got clothes I liked, and I become more afraid than when I was told of my heart disease. It seems like with every note the piano sings, my life is being denied, and no matter what I do, I can't stop the piano from robbing me. All I can do is endure, yet it makes no difference to the fact that the performance is wonderful and fascinating, and it makes me forget to cover my ears. My head gets messed up, and I can't tell the difference between my emotions and the emotions the piano created. It all eventually ends, and I almost collapse because strength escapes my body. When I notice, I'm pushing my hand with all my might on the wall in front of me. How long was it after the music stopped? Right when I start to regain myself, people start clapping as if they finally remembered about it. The rapturous applause that seems to reflect my excitement rose from the hall. I think I can hear some people saying, "Bravo." It's an abnormal situation, but my mind did not have any strength to react. The applause that sounds like hail seeps deep into my empty body. I pull my weak body and find my mother. She's surprised at what I'm wearing, and I tell her that I won't perform. My mother cannot hide her happiness as she nods back. I become afraid of meeting him again and leave the performance hall as if I'm running away. The despair finally sinks in during the drive home. The despair is my emotion alone. I realize that I'm an ordinary person. Even though I could not put my feelings into words, I perceive that people who aren't chosen can only live. I don't have any special talent. I have nothing but my own life. I can only live on. Once I realize this, I suddenly become afraid of my heart disease and start to cry. Even my life, the only thing I have, is defective. For the first time, I get scared of the fact that my heart may stop at any second. You know, it's from a different way, but I also found out about how, you know, lots of people seem to say that you are the main character of your own story. While that's true, but that's not like the absolute truth. Yeah, you can be the main character of your own story, but if you die prematurely, that's the end of your story. Like, you know, you don't have plot armor. So what I'm trying to say is that, just like Yuka, I can definitely understand what she's feeling. And it sucks because I know how how like you keep comparing yourself to other people makes you it just makes you unhappy, you know? But the thing is, a lot of people do it, and it's kind of hard to make yourself not compare yourself to other people. Because, especially in my family, I'm from a Chinese family, and it's pretty easy to just, like, compare yourself to other people. Not just, like, in terms of physical looks or skills, like monetary value, all that kind of stuff. It's so easy to compare yourself with other people. And that really sucks. I try not to think about it too much, but, you know, my roots are still there. I'm trying to deny myself. As I cry, I wonder why I didn't get anything good to make up for my miserable fate. I wonder if I'm that worthless. I feel so pitiful. Cry and I can't do anything. On the cover of the next issue of the music magazine is Amako-san, wearing my dress. Since then, I lived every day, trying not to feel anything. It was difficult at first, but it soon didn't take any effort. I became a boring person who does not feel anything. Now, I don't care about my heart being defective. It's been a long time since then. I still don't feel anything, even after seeing everyone suffer and live in this state of ruin. Maybe I became ruined inside before the earthquake occurred and ruined the outside world. My inorganic character is only slightly unpleasant now, and I don't have any feelings about it. But I'm slightly sad that I couldn't keep my promise with Mother to go home for New Year's, even though she called me many times since autumn about it. The town has been destroyed and many lively people died. It's strange how someone half dead like me survived to live in this vigorous world where everybody is so frantic. But I guess it's nothing strange considering what I've seen and experienced until now. This is an irrational place. I understand, but I don't like it. I think it would have been better for me to die. Not wrong. Amako-san, who I met again after such a long time, has not changed all that much. I even recognized him when I first saw him. He probably thinks that he has changed a lot. He changed a lot, but that's wrong. His performance certainly changed. The performance he let me hear was very skilled, but it lacked something. It's a normal, good performance. The piece he played one-handed sounded like back then, but it's still somehow different. If that was the performance I heard when I was a child, I probably would not have stopped playing the piano. You should know that as well. I believe his enemy is himself back when he was a child. If that's the case, Amako-san will probably lose. That performance back then was not something a normal human could accomplish. He might be fighting against the same fear I felt back then. Thinking about it this way, I kind of think it serves him right. Whoa, well, okay, but only slightly. More importantly, I wonder if he would turn out like I am right now if he loses just like I did. I don't know if I want to see that spectacle or not, but I think we can be together forever if it happens. It may be boring, like ice melting into water, but I do believe that it would be peaceful and quiet. But Amako-san hasn't changed at all if you look at him as a whole. He's still scary and hard to understand. Amako-san is unreliable in many senses, and I don't understand him. But I like him. I think I like him. Maybe I don't, but I don't really know. Anyway, he's the most important person to me. Night wears on at the school. My space has Aroe-chan's and Hibari's belongings from when they used to be here. It's big enough for three people too. I'm using this big space all for myself. The notebook Aroe-chan always used to hang around her neck catches my attention. I pick it up and flip through the pages. Inside are words that Aroe-chan always uses, such as coffee and thank you. I keep flipping through the pages, thinking that the words Aroe-chan speaks are almost all in here. And on the last page are just words. To the person who found this notebook or who is caring for Aroe, the handwriting looks feminine and kind. Wow, for some reason I got some goosebumps there. Aroe's older sister must have written this. This notebook is called a communication book, and it is something very important for Aroe. If this notebook is lost, please use the contact information below. If Aroe is lost along with the notebook, please also use the contact information below. If Aroe pouts, please give her this notebook and listen to her. Aroe can communicate and will be able to calm down if you take your time and listen to her. Aroe cannot communicate well because she thinks and feels differently from other people. So she may be talking in a very different sense, even when she is talking the same language as we do. She may do the same thing we do with a completely different reasoning behind it. So please do not get mad at her even if you do not understand her. Please do not get mad at her even if Aroe does something strange or surprising. Even if Aroe allows it, please do not do something you would do to a normal person. Aroe cannot tell right from wrong. Even if it is something that would make a normal person happy, please do not do it if Aroe shows dislike. Aroe may not like the same things we do. Aroe is different, even when she may seem just like us. Aroe is... I closed the notebook there. I can't make myself read on. We have less food now. The people of the Vigilante Corps encourage us, saying that we would be able to go look for food again and have enough food once the conflict ends. But everyone at the school knows that it's only to console us. There would be no reason to fight if there is that much food. We cannot reach a compromise in spite of people dying frequently, because the problem is critical. But nobody talks about it, because it does no good to say anything about it. Everyone says that the Daichi Society should go away, and that everything would go smoothly if they didn't exist. I don't know if they really mean it or not. The people of the Vigilante Corps are screaming gallantly and training in the schoolyard while we were preparing breakfast. Kuwagata-san is wearing his blood-covered jacket and ordering everybody energetically. Koike Nozomi-san is sitting on the platform a bit away from them and watching them. She's breathing on her hands from time to time. This is the normal morning scenery. After breakfast, Kuwagata-san tells everyone what happened until yesterday and what we should watch out for today. It tells us that one of the hostages tried to run away, and a member of the Vigilante Corps was injured. He didn't say anything about the hostage, but I'm sure he was executed. He then tells us that we're getting dangerously low on fuel, so we need to refrain from using it as much as possible. He also tells us that he saw people of the Daichi Society around here, so we should try to not be alone outside or even inside the premise. Then he tells us to keep the whistles they distributed on us at all times and to blow them when something happens. Then, after he tells us everything, we all give a silent prayer to everyone who died during this dispute, and the morning ritual ends. I go and help clean up the dishes and wash the utensils.
ちょっとこれじゃ足りないんじゃないですか?
I look up to see Koike-san, who is standing where they are filling lunchboxes with food. The lunches are for the Vigilante Corps members who are the guard outside, and it seems she's complaining that it's not enough. What the fuck? Are you sure? She sure got back well enough to be able to do this? I thought she'd still be mentally scarred. It's true that the lunch isn't enough for a man who's moving around a lot, but there is an explanation from the one who's preparing the lunch as well. First of all, there's not enough food at the school, and everybody knows about this. Koike-san gets mad at the rebuttal.
そんなの言い訳です。だって警備をする自警団の方々が食べるものなんですよ。彼らが命を張ってくれているから、私たちは毎日安全に生活することができているんじゃないですか。もしあの連中がいっぺんに学校を襲ってきた時、自警団の方々がお腹が減って満足に働けないとなったらどうなると思います？そして負けたら私たちはどうされてしまうと思ってるんですか？私は文句が言いたくて言ってるわけじゃないんです。私がされたようなことを皆さんに経験してほしくないから言ってるんです。服のここが破れてるの見てくださいよ。ひどいでしょ？分かってるんですか？分かってるんならもう少し考えてくださってもいいじゃないですか。私たちの食べる量を減らしたって彼らに食べてもらうべきです。
I knew I should have just let you die. How annoying. Koike-san ignores everyone's eyes on her and furiously complains. The one she's talking to seems to want to object, but she seems overawed. She swallows her words and starts to obey Koike-san.
しっかりお願いしますよ。
She mercilessly ends the conversation and leaves for the school building. An unpleasant mood remains.
なんだい、いつもあんな服着て当てつけなのかね。
The woman filling the lunches murmurs. Everyone seems to be critical against Koike-san. Even though what she said is right, she shouldn't have said it like that. Everyone says that she's conceited because our man is the leader. Nobody is on her side. Koike-san isn't popular. And some are also talking badly about Kuwagata-san.
そう思わない、佐々木さん。
I'm troubled. I don't feel detachment toward Koike-san and Kuwagata-san. First of all, I can't hold any ill will towards others. Everyone is an amazing person who works hard to live, unlike me. I think you're fooling yourself if you think that. If you think that way, you're definitely fooling yourself. I smile to evade the question, but she still urges me to answer. I answer honestly.
私は真面目すぎるだけだと思うんですよ。それに小池さんは親がお寺にいるから、きっと人に言えない苦しみもあるはずですから、なおさら無理もないですよ。
I don't think I said something extraordinary, but she looks troubled. I understand that it's not that they want to truly talk badly about her. They just want to feel connected by insulting the same thing. Even though I may not be as bad as Hibari, I also don't like this feminine feeling. It's something detestable about women. I don't think it's a feminine feeling. I think everyone wants that sort of feeling. It's a garbage thing though. Asking someone something and if the answer is not to your liking, you just straight out dislike them. Yeah, it doesn't work that way. But that's just how the world is right now. It's strange, but this reminds me of how my class was back in high school. I wonder if it would have been better for me to leave this school with Hibari. I'm in charge of the animals now that Hibari is gone.
ご飯よ。ご飯。
I go inside the fence and empty the dry food onto the snow. The hungry dogs usually come running at once. But there aren't that many today for some reason. A few friendly ones come to me. But they only wag their tails and nuzzle against my leg without looking at the food. Are they sick or something? Even if that's the case, I don't think all the dogs would suddenly get sick over one night. Is the food poisoned? And they're perfectly normal except for the fact that they don't seem to be hungry. While I wonder, I pat the dog wanting attention. I don't really like dogs because I can't find them cute. They have sharp teeth and move quickly like beasts after all. I still wonder even though we're a bit more intimate now. These animals with scary powers get so happy when I play with them just a little. Why are they like this? Do they get happy when their master touches them because they have a social nature? Even if that's the case, why do they think someone clumsy like me is their master? I just don't understand them. No matter how I think about it, they're stronger than I am. I'm sure they can beat me up if they tried just a little. First of all, are they really happy from the bottom of their hearts? They may be trying to let my guard down so they can bite me. I'm a skeptic, so I can't even let my guard down against them, even if they're playing innocently. But they really may be honest and obedient animals. In that case, I can understand that they're cute. I pat the dogs as I think, and I remember Hibari. She's obedient to herself and cute like an animal. What is she doing now that she's alone with Tanamura-san? Are they having fun? Are they having a wonderful time together without anyone else? If that's the case, I'd be a bit jealous. But there'd have been no reason for me to stay behind if that wasn't the case. I hope they aren't in a fight. So that's why she stayed behind? Because she doesn't want to be troublesome to Tanamura and Hibari? And I guess like their relationship? I guess that's a Yuka thing to do. Tanamura-san who was... Tanamura-san... Wait. Why is there Tanamura-san and Dot? That's weird. Tanamura-san. She was taken away like that in front of everyone. That was so cool. I'm a bit jealous. I wish Amako-san would take me somewhere I don't know like that. I get embarrassed of what I'm pondering when I notice something. The dog would always come running first to eat. The dog who would always come first to eat is chewing on something. This dog named Bingo is a glutton and has a habit of licking his food forever. I see. Someone must have fed them during the night, so they're full. And that's why they're not they're not eating. I can understand if that's the case, but then what were they fed? I saw the same amount of dog food compared to yesterday, and we don't have enough food for people at the school. Probably human meat. I walk over to Bingo.
ほら、ちょっと食べてるの出しなさい。
I make him open his mouth. I grab his jaw. Come to think of it, I've only gotten fairly used to dogs now. A piece of red meat drops out from the dog's mouth. Meat? Where did it come from? Well, we do have meat, but we're using it sparingly because there isn't much left. Did someone secretly feed the meat to the dogs? There are some people out there who love dogs more than I can imagine. Was there such a person at this school? I'll need to scold them if that's the case. I pick up the meat to figure out what kind of meat it is. Drop it in surprise. The meat is not something we have preserved. One side is red like edible meat, and the other side is skin and nail that I'm so familiar with. It's something everybody is used to seeing, and it couldn't have come from any other living thing. We stopped the hostage from running away last night, of course. I mean, I kind of guessed this would happen. But you know, Kuwagata-san's words from this morning ring inside my head. Oh, this must be... I feel my heart pounding. A terrible feeling runs up my spine. I squat down so I won't get hurt even if I fall. Take a canister out of my pocket and spray the contents in my mouth. I close my eyes and stay still, and the scary feeling in my chest slowly subsides. It seems I made it through. I slowly open my eyes and see that the dogs are watching me. I take a few deep breaths, calm down, and stand back up. I feel fine now. I think this is because of my personality, and not because of the medicine. Bingo is trying to pick up what he dropped, so I pick up the meat and throw it away. It draws a parabola through the air and falls without a sound. It's probably buried in the powdered snow now. I squat down and wipe my fingers using the snow. Bingo puts his smelly face next to me and starts licking me. Dogs are so innocent. I don't feel anything about the fact that he's licking me. I hear Kuwagata-san giving commands in the schoolyard. It seems the kids start crying in the gym. The snow is quietly falling. There's no wind today. While I let the dog lick my face, I wonder how long this is going to continue. What a depressing point of view. That's very depressing. I am actually gonna do one more. My right hand that just recovered from an injury falls as soon as I let my guard down, and I can't hide my irritation at myself. My left hand is doing its best to cover my right hand's mistakes, but it's working too hard and making it sound strange. One person can't do all the work in a three-legged race, and each person can't be thinking about the other person too much. Each person shouldn't forget that the goal is to run fast. If they both only think about that goal, they should naturally click together. My hands are facing each other right now. The piano sulks because it's ignored and sings a nonsensical song without caring about how hard both my hands are working. My piano is very moody, so it can make amazing sounds if I get it going. But this is what happens if I displease it even a bit. The piano abandoned my hands, so they're pressed even more and more ridiculously. Music drops down from in between my hands. I should be able to do better with both these hands. Oh, I must be pressed as well. I'm too strict on my hands. My hands would become more confused if the commander is like this. This is a feeling I felt for the first time. I'm scared because I've never felt it before. My spine is tense and cold.
Yamero!
I turn around to see that my father is standing there. I thought he's looking at me unhappily. I thought that he would be out of the country for at least half a year longer. Did he come back after hearing about my injury? No way. That would never be the case with him. Father walks over to me and violently shuts the lid on the keyboard.
下手くそが。なんだそれ。全然ダメじゃねえかまったく。二度と演奏なんかするんじゃねえぞ。
でも。
黙れ黙れ。くそ。才能がないお前に今までいろいろ教えてやったのに、とんだ時間の無駄だった。勝手に怪我なんかしやがって。
His abusive language is nothing unusual, but his words pierce my heart. It's true that my performance was bad.
お前わざわざ自分で服なんか返しに行ったんだって。くだらねえ。女なんかにうつつを抜かすから怪我なんかするんだ。バカかお前は。
Really? So that's what happened?
バカじゃないです。
Interesting. I don't want anyone, including my father, complaining about it. I borrowed a dress from a girl during the competition, but the girl wasn't there anymore when my performance ended, and I wanted to return it to her. I heard that she withdrew from the competition. She seemed to be looking forward to it, so why did she not play? I explained the situation to a staff member and had him tell me her address. He was trying to be mindful for some reason and told me that he would return it, but I refused. I wanted to give her back the dress myself. It's because I was happy. I always say selfish things, like I did back then. I never thought other people would understand. I never tried to. I'm not good at speaking my thoughts, so they won't understand no matter what I say. But I don't want to give up without saying anything, so I always say the things that come to my mind. That's all. But she listened to me. She was the first person who did as I said. I was happy because my words got through to someone for the first time in my life. My performance was on the better side that day, probably thanks to her. The front of the piano was always a lonely and a scary place until the piano opened up to me. But I was able to relax. Maybe because I was wearing her clothes. I think that was the first too. That's why I wanted to give her back her dress myself. I took the dress that came back from dry cleaning, called for a taxi and got on it myself. The maid told me she would go with me because it's too dangerous, but I refused. On the way, I thought about how to greet her and thank her. I'm not good at talking, so I'll need to think hard about it, or she won't understand that I'm thanking her. I picture her in my head and practice many times, but I can't greet her properly even in my imagination. And finally, I'm able to greet her properly and she smiles back. Then, the dress flies into the air. The scenery out of the window is going by in a strange direction. The high-pitched noise I hear is a breaking sound. The dress tries to fly away. I reach out with my right hand and grab it. Right after that, my vision turns black and I faint.
僕はドレスを貸してくれたお礼をしたかっただけです。
I glare at my father.
だいたい女の服を着てコンクールに出るだなんてふざけてるのか。
Father nervously hits the piano with his hand.
それは父さんだって同じことしたでしょ。ほらベルリンの。
俺は天才だからいいんだ。
Father yells. It sounds like a joke, but I know that he really means it.
もうお前は黙れ。お前みたいな凡人が俺の100万分の1くらいの技術を身につけるためには余計なことしたらいけないんだっていつも言ってただろ。俺とお前は違う。現にこれだけ女遊びをしている俺には何も起こったことがないが、お前はちょっと色気づいただけで腕を折って大怪我だ。ほら全然違うだろ。これが選ばれた人間と凡人との差だ。思い知ったか。
違います。だいたい父さんは女の人なんか別に好きになったりなんてしないじゃ。
黙れ黙れ。お前の言葉はわからん。とにかくお前は音楽から目をそらすから罰が当たったんだ。そうに決まってる。どうだ、後悔したか。女なんかにうつつを抜かして後悔しただろう。
後悔なんかしてません。僕は正しいことをしました。
Father laughs through his nose.
そうか、そうだな。どうせお前のやる気なんかその程度だったってこった。音楽をなくしたってどうってことないか。女の方が大事か。めでたいな。それなら弾けなくなってちょうどいいんじゃないか。これからはせいぜい凡人らしく平凡に愛と幸福のために人生を無駄遣いすりゃいいや。このクソったれめ。勝手に長生きでもしてろ。お前もそういう人間だったんだ。
僕が言ったのはそういう意味じゃありません。僕は音楽がこの世で一番好きです。
じゃあどんな意味があるって言うんだ。お前の手はもう二度と元のように動かないんだろ。医者が言ってたぞ。これ以上努力したってお前に将来はない。
Father shows his hatred and stomps on the ground.
僕が後悔しないのは僕が正しいからです。 だから決して諦めなんかしません。間違ったことをしていないならきっとその先には答えがあるはずです。僕は怪我なんかいくらしたっていつかきっと自分の音楽を取り戻します。何年かかったってそうするつもりです。それは怪我をしなかった場合よりもずっと素晴らしい音楽になるはずだ。だから後悔なんか絶対しません。僕は何も変えない。今まで通り自分を信じます。
無駄だ無駄だ。お前はもうおしまいだ。ピアノが好きだって言うならなおさらだ。もうお前はその大好きなピアノを一生思い通りにすることはできんのだからな。素晴らしい音楽、そんなのは負け惜しみだ。いくら愛を込めて敏感なところを責めてやっても、お前の不器用な指先じゃピアノは二度とあえがない。冷たい鍵盤をいじくり回しながら一生何でもしてるがいいさ。お前にはそれがお似合いだ。
That's a very weird metaphor, but okay. Metaphor? Analogy? I don't know.
父さんは間違ってる。僕はそんなの信じない。
信じる信じないはどうだっていい。俺は真実を教えてやってるんだ。失ったものは戻らない。壊れたものはもうダメさ。捨てるしかないんだ。お前はもう無価値なゴミになったんだ。人並みの口を聞くな。
真実じゃないです。そんなものが真実のはずはありません。
それなら勝手にしろ。だがな、俺はもうお前なんかいらん。これは事実だ。俺だけじゃないさ。壊れた手で下手くそな演奏しかできなくなったピアニストを必要とするやつなんか世界のどこにもいない。ピアノを弾くしか芸がないお前の人生はもう終わりなんだよ。全世界的に無価値だ。生きてる価値がない。死ね。
死にません。父さんにいらないと言われたって僕は構わない。世界中のみんなが僕のピアノをいらないって捨てたって、それでも僕はやめません。絶対に僕はいつかきっと。
無理だ。お前がなくしたのは手だけじゃない。もっと根本的なものをなくしたんだ。分かってるだろ。認めろよ。お前の心はピアノよりもっと大事なものがあるかもしれないと確かにそう感じたはずだ。そしてお前は自分の裏切りに対する何か偉大なものの怒りを感じたはずだ。そうだろ。
そんなのわかりません。
嘘つけ。ビビってるくせに。足が震えてるぞ。泣くのか。だからガキってのは嫌なんだ。往生際が悪いぜ、みっともねえ。こいつに俺の血が流れてるのかと思うとヘドが出る。いいか、もう一度だけ言ってやる。失ったものは戻らない。間違いは取り消せない。どんなに些細な罪でも一度でも自分を裏切った者はただその場で死んでいくのを待つだけだ。それは天地開闢以来の絶対の真理だ。決して覆りはしないのさ。だからこの世に絶望ってのがあるんだ。大の大人が小さな喜びで子供みたいに泣くのを見たことがあるか。普段明晰で強い人間がどうして愛する存在に対してはあんなに愚劣で弱い生き物になってしまうのかわかるか。宗教の最大の奇跡がどうしてクソつまらねえ許しなのか考えたことがあるか。この世は地獄なんだ。お前みたいなクソガキにはわかんねえだろうが甘くねえんだよ。それなのにどうしてお前は自分を裏切った。どうしてお前は自分を忘れた。何度も教えてやったはずだろ。
僕は忘れてなんかない。僕は何も裏切ってなんか。
どうした。顔をプルプルさせやがって。チワワみてえだな。
うるさい。
I smack my fist onto the piano. The piano screams if my heart doesn't hear it. You know, as much of a bad guy Tsukasa's father is being portrayed, I actually like him. I really do. Something hot is boiling inside of me.
そんなの知るか。ピアノを選ぼうが他の何かに手を出そうが僕の勝手じゃないか。僕の邪魔をするって言うならそんなふざけた髪なんかこの手で絞め殺してやる。シリなんかクソくらいだ。 僕は全てを手に入れて僕の方が正しいって認めさせてやる。しちゃいけないことなんか何もないんだ。父さん見ていてください。僕は父さんを屈服させてバカみたいに苦しませている何かをきっと打ち壊してやる。
You know, this hatred that Tsukasa has towards something, you know, to show you that I can do it, to show people that says I can't do it, that I can do it. It's something that's actually pretty common. I myself don't have this this feeling because I'm more of a Yuka type of person. But I do understand why he says this, I guess. Father looks surprised for a second and bursts out laughing.
面白い。
Oh, give me a sec real quick. Right back. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something. So, my AC has been faulty for some reason. The last couple of days, it's been leaking. So, I called someone to try to fix it. It wasn't this bad before. I wonder what's going on. It's leaking really bad. Father holds his stomach, twists his body, cries, and laughs.
こりゃひでえユーモアだ。まあせいぜいやってみるんだな。楽しみにしてるさ。
After laughing for a while, his face becomes serious and he says this to me.
ただし、俺の前でもう一生その不愉快なピアノを弾くんじゃねえぞ。今度弾いたら、俺がお前の両手をめちゃくちゃにへし折ってやる。もう二度と弾こうなんて気を起こさねえようにな。それから、自殺したくなったら表でやれよ。部屋が汚れるからな。
Father stomps out of the room. Strength escapes my body and I sit in front of the piano again. I touch the keyboard, but the tone I want does not come out. My only friend, the piano, isn't on my side anymore. I realize that I'm completely alone. It feels like I'm pushed down into the darkness. My body convulses and the back of my throat twitches. I want to become strong. I want to become stronger. I'm going to become strong and live by myself here. A teardrop falls into the keyboard, so I quickly wipe it off. I wake up. This is the monk's quarter at the Daichi Society Temple, which has been provided for me. It seems I dozed off after having lunch. I had a bad dream. My clothes are wet with my sweat. I get my breath back and stare at my right hand. I close my hand, then open it. The movement clearly tells me that my 10 years of hard work provided nothing, and tells me how miserable I am. I talk big, but I haven't obtained everything, let alone regaining the hand I had as a child. Your life is meaningless. My father's voice echoes inside my head. I shake my head to get rid of the voice. I close my eyes and wait for my mind to calm down. After a while, I hear footsteps in the hallway. It's Ryugeju. She stands outside and asks if she can come in. I steady my breath and calm myself down before I answer.
ご機嫌はいかがですか?
She makes a slight smile using her eyes and lips. She's sitting Japanese style with her back straight, and there's an atmosphere of purity around her. She visits this room at least once a day. We just do small talk and she especially likes to hear about what happened at school. She has never gone to school. She had tutors and she learned directly from books without using textbooks. My school life wasn't filled with events most people have experienced, but it seems even a trivial event is exciting enough for her. It seems she's interested in events where kids of the same age get together, such as field trips and school excursions. She smiles happily like a girl of her age when I talk about these events.
きっと楽しいんでしょうね。お弁当とか美味しかったですか?
Her eyes are sparkling innocently. I'm beginning to realize that she may be more childlike than I thought. She brings a Japanese-style book today.
これはこのお寺の住職が残していった綴り帳です。このお寺の遠隔についての調査結果がまとめられています。 栗に転がっていた手文庫の中から見つけたものです。大正時代の方らしいです。
It is calligraph, I think, with scrawled writing on the cover about Hotakuji's presage.
このお寺の名前が宝沢寺って言うんです。宝沢というのは銅鐸のことなのですが、どうやら昔にこのお寺の近くで銅鐸が出土したらしく、その時この名前に改めたのだそうです。この住職さんはこの辺りについて面白い考察をなされています。そのことはちょっと置くとして、その前にお見せしたい部分があるんです。
She flips through the pages. Sentences are written with literary style using the same kind of handwriting as on the cover. Did she read this? I can't understand this at all.
これです。
The page she points at using her white finger has no words, but drawn lines.
地図ですか？
ええ、そうです。住職さんがこの当時の役場に保存されていた古文書から書き写したものです。これびっくりするでしょ？
確かに。
I can easily match this map with the current landscape. No, it's too similar. I say this because the current landscape I'm talking about is a flooded town after the earthquake. A big lake is drawn in the middle of the town on the map. It's a huge puddle that wasn't there before the earthquake.
この地図も予知能力者によるものだと言いたいんですか？
いいえ、そうじゃありません。
Ryugeju smiles happily.
もともとこの町には沼があったんですよ。銅鐸というのは水の神様を祀ったとも言われていますし、それも符合するのかもしれません。それで私はこの間沼の形を調べてみたのです。
ああ、あの時そんなことをしていたんですか？
ええ、今の洪水は何かそういう過去のものと関係があるんじゃないかと考えていたら、どうしても自分の目で確認したくなって勝手に抜け出したんです。後でお母様に怒られてしまいましたが。
なるほど。しかし沼の形なんか調べてどうしようって言うんです？同じだったとしても違ったとしてもあまり意味のないことに思えますが。
私はそうは思わないんですよ。
どうしてですか？それはやっぱり何かオカルト的な。
違います。私がわかるかなと思ったのはこの町の人の心についてです。
人の心？
そもそもこのお寺からして奇妙な点が多いんですよね。銅鐸が縁起だと言いますけれど、これからしてまず特徴的ですよね。
そうなんですか？よく知りませんが、どっちも宗教的なものでしょう。
銅鐸は仏教とは関係ないんですよ。紀元前から弥生時代に日本の各地で用いられたとされています。仏教よりずっと古い時代ですよね。
僕は教科書くらいの知識しかありませんが、銅鐸って何のためにあるんですか？
正確な用途や埋葬された目的は不明です。ただ神社のそばなどから出土することが多いので、確かに宗教的なものとのつながりがあると考えられてはいます。だから仏教や天孫系の神話が入るよりもずっと前から、ここは住民たちにとって霊的な意味合いの強い場所だったのでしょうね。
なるほど。でもそれがお寺になるのは変なことなんですか？
変というほどのことではないですが、ここが弥勒様をご本尊とするお寺だというのが変わってるんです。
どうしてですか？
だいたい弥勒様に対する信仰というのは比較的古い時代に日本の表舞台からは退いてしまってるんです。この住職さんの大正時代にはもう民間信仰になってしまっています。絶対数が少ないんですね。それなのになぜこの土地ではまだこうした形で残っているのか。きっとそれには理由があって、そのヒントをこの土地の中に求めて住職さんは調査をしたようです。
土地？土地が関係あるんですか？
はい、弥勒様がやってきてこの土地の人がそれに帰依したのではなく、 土地と結びついた古い宗教観念がまず先にあって、弥勒様の教えがその観念と一致するものだったから、ここで定着することができたのでしょう。だから土地の信仰を調べれば、なぜ弥勒様がここにいるのかというのがわかるかもしれません。
でも弥生時代とかなんとか、そんな古いものって残ることができるんですか？
土地の信仰心というものはそう簡単には滅びないものだと私は思います。形を変えながら根強くその地に住む人々の心に生き続けるものではないでしょうか。
そうなんですか。
そうですよ。伝承や昔話といった分かりやすい形を取ることもあれば、それよりも難しい場所にもっと繊細で分かりにくい形で生き残ることもあるでしょう。誰にもまだはっきりと証明はできていないと思うのですが、きっとここにはその謎を解く鍵があるのだと住職さんは考えたのです。このお寺の土地は同じ一つの場所なのに、かつて古代の信仰によって銅鐸が埋められ、今はそれとは形も由来も全く違うはずの弥勒様が祀られている。その共通する根底を探れば、この土地に長い時間ずっと染みついている信仰の正体はわかるんじゃないか。そして人間の原始的な信仰心というものの一側面が見えてくるのではないか。銅鐸と弥勒様といった取り合わせは珍しいケースですが、珍しいというそのことが今までとは違う新しい側面からのアプローチの可能性を持っているんですよ。
She has a very strange hobby. I mean, I guess there's not much you can do, but what a strange hobby.
何かすごい発見ができるかもしれない。そのためにはやっぱり当時の人たちと同じように土地を感じて、感覚的に沼がある風景を捉えたいものです。でも住職さんの時代には沼はもうなくなっていた。あるのは文献だけでした。住職さんはとても残念がっていたようです。私も住職さんの話の続きを知りたかった。住職さんの説は突飛なお話ですけれど、行間には熱気があふれています。こんな田舎のお寺で生活しながらも夢を持ってただ一人で真面目に調査と研究をされていたんでしょう。それは素敵なことだなと思っていました。そして私の前には沼がまた現れていた。これは見るしかないですよ。
それで何かわかりましたか？
わかりませんでした。
She sounds embarrassed.
やっぱりビルもあるし、しかも廃墟になってしまっています。沼にしたって時間の経過や地震による地形の変化で、あと水量も違うのでしょうね。地図に示された沼の特徴とはかなりかけ離れているようでした。最初からちょっと考えればわかることですが、私も浮かれていたのかもしれません。あのような時に少し申し訳なかったのですが。
She smiles regretfully and continues the conversation.
それに私はやっぱり勉強不足で、でも勉強する時間もなくて、いつかまた時間をとって調べてみたいですね。これはとても大事な勉強だと思うんです。環境と心、外の世界と内側の世界、この恐ろしい関係の正体を一言で言い表してしまう方法がその奥に隠されているような気がするんです。それはきっと難しいことじゃなくて、すごく簡単な答えだとは思うのですが、それがもしかしたら弥勒様が下生した際になされる龍河三回のお話の内容なのかとも思うのですが。
Man, I must really have some sort of like interest in this kind of thing, because this was also in Subahibi, the internal world and the external world How crazy. She puts on a serious expression, stares into the air, and goes into deep thought. Maybe she forgot that I'm in front of her. And then she looks at me as she remembered me and smiles bitterly.
申し訳ありません。夢中になってこんな話をしてしまって。
いや、構いませんよ。ただ僕はちょっと気になったんですけど。
なんでしょう。
あなたはその弥勒様に教わるよりも自分でその答えを手に入れたいんじゃないですか。そんなに勉強家でたくさん考えているのに答えを教わってしまうなんてつまらなくありませんか。
いいえ、それは私の勝手な想像ですから。弥勒様はもっと素晴らしい教えを説いてくださるんでしょう。しかも全ての主情に分かりやすい形で。私はそれを望みますよ。
そうなんですか。
ええ。
それは
何でしょう。
いや、もう一つ質問してもいいですか。
はい。
勉強しないというのならここではその下生のために他の信者の人は一体何をしているんですか。
毎日お経をあげています。
お経ですか。あれは祈りみたいなものなんですか。
ええ。
僕には祈るだけで何かが変わるとは思えませんが。
祈りは何かを変えるためにするものではなく、
That's
その行
true.
為自体が人にとって必要なものなのです。祈りは生きている限り誰の心にも偏在します。祈りを失った時、人は本当の意味で死ぬのです。
そうですか。
説明が足りなかったようですね。
いや、そんなことはないですが。
それではもう少しお聞きください。
はあ。
Taiko adjusts her posture and happily looks at me.
白鳥は死ぬ間際に一声だけ美しく鳴くという伝説がありますが、ご存知ですか？
No? And I actually forgot her real name. I guess it was Taiko something.
ええ、ずいぶん古くから伝わるお話ですよね。僕はハイネの詩で知っています。
そうです。しかし実際にはたとえ最後の時だとしても白鳥は美しい声なんか出すことはできませんでしょ。そんなことは伝説が生まれた時代にだって普通に観察をしていればわかることです。
Because people want to believe it?
なぜこんな伝説が生まれて語り継がれているのかと考えたことはございますか？
さあ、なぜなのでしょうか。
私は思うのです。一生をあの絞め殺される寸前のような醜い声でしか泣けないとするならば、白鳥の声というのは惨めで救いのない声になってしまいます。でも最後に美しい声で歌えるという物語をそこに作れば、たとえ誰もが嘘だと知っていたとしてもそこに希望を見出すことができるのです。この伝説をモチーフに取り入れた先達はそれぞれの自分なりの思いをこの夢の歌に見ています。
I guess so.
いや、嘘だと知っているからこそそこに隠された願いが実際に聞こえている白鳥たちの鳴き声の醜ささえも美しく輝かせるのでしょう。それは見る者の心次第で色を変える孤独な美しさなのかもしれませんが、私はこのあり方こそが祈りの本質だと考えています。切実なのに空虚で悲しくはありますが必要なのです。
それは。
いかがなさいました？
それちょっと変じゃないですか。そう思っていたとしてもあなたは言っちゃいけない立場のはずじゃないですか。それとも僕はやっぱりまた何か勘違いしているんでしょうか。
妙なことをおっしゃいます。私はおかしなことは何も言っていませんよ。
Taiko laughs. It seems like she wants something from me, but I don't know how I should respond. There's an awkward silence, so I change the subject.
今あなたは忙しくはないのですか。なんだか学校との争いもひどくなってきてるみたいじゃないですか。あなたはここの指導的な立場なんでしょ。こんなところでこんなことを。
よくぞ聞いてくださいました。
She takes a deep breath and smiles.
確かに それは私もそう思っていたところです。そのためには私の第一の使命をまず終えなければいけません。
I mean, yeah, it's not strange. Tsukasa, did you forget what her freaking mission was?
それは
ええ、私が今せねばならないことは弥勒様の下生を一刻も早く成し遂げることです。それには尼子様の協力なくしてはできませんが、尼子様はその話を持ち出すたびに会話をおやめになってしまいますから、私も気にしておりました。今そんなことをおっしゃるなんてお忘れでしたか？
I think he did.
忘れてました。
I should have kept quiet. I realized that I carelessly started a difficult topic.
尼子様、私どものことを少しでも哀れにお思いになるのなら、今すぐそのことをお決めください。私の方はいつでもその決心ができております。
This is like playing God, dude. She stares at me and closes in on me.
待ってください。まだ状況は何も変わってないですよ。
もう十分お待ちいたしました。そろそろお覚悟をお決めになっていただかないと困ります。
僕だってそんなこと言われても困りますよ。
まだご懸念がおありですか？
ありますよ。それにですよ、あなたは子供を作るってどういうことだか理解していますか？
はい、その尼子様の性器と私の。
I don't think she said genitals. I think she said semen.
いや、照れながら返事していただいてなんですが、そんな保健体育みたいな意味ではないんです。子供っていうのは新しい人間じゃないですか。
また新しい言い訳を思いついたのですか？
からかわないでくださいよ。僕には一般的な人の幸せというものはよくわかりませんが、こんな風に新しい人間を作るなんてどうかと思いますよ。
Says the guy who had sex with Yuka a couple of times. Yeah. Totally believe you there, man. Well, then again, he might have just come outside or something. I don't know. I think he didn't.
新しい子は確かに人の幸せは享受できないかもしれませんが、しかし弥勒様のよりしろとして皆の救済を行う尊い存在となるのです。
どうも納得ができません。
しかしそれは尼子様がご心配なさることではないですよ。尼子様からいただくものは小種だけで、その後父親としての責任など求めるつもりはございません。
たとえ僕には何の関わり合いもないことだとしても、でももし自分が生まれてきた子供だったとしたらと思うと耐えられませんよ。子供を置き捨てるなんていいことだと思いますか？
She's looking at me silently.
やっぱり温かい家庭がいいですよ。両親は愛し合っていて、そのおこぼれでもいいから子供も愛情に包まれていて、時々トラブルはあったとしても全体として見れば平和で温かい気持ちでゆっくり過ごせるんです。これはいいことです。
ええ、
そうですよね。僕の言ってること、そこまではおかしくないですよね。
おかしくないと思います。
じゃあ分かっていただけますか？
はい、わかりました。
じゃあ諦めてください。
いいえ、諦めません。
困ったな。
だって諦めるよりももっと良い方法がございますから。
She gazes at me with a determined look in her eyes.
尼子様は私を愛してください。
Makes sense?
そうしましょう。それが唯一の解決方法です。尼子様が今お付き合いなさってる相手の方よりも私のことを好きになればいいのです。
僕の彼女の話は今してないですよ。
そんなことはどうでもいいです。とにかくそうすれば必然的に私とお付き合いすることになるでし
How
ょう。
ridiculous.
そしたら私は尼子様の妻として二人で子をなし平和な家庭を作ればいいのです。それにあなたは私どもの教えに従う必要はないのですから、ここでずっと暮らしピアノでも何でもなさればよろしいでしょう。
すべてが解決してしまいます。
Ryugeju's eyes are sparkling, and she looks as if she just came up with the most amazing idea.
今すぐお手紙を用意しますから、お付き合いなさってる方に別れの手紙をお書きになってください。
いや、それはちょっと。
I falter.
大丈夫ですよ。
大丈夫って、そんな。
だって私はあ子様のことが好きです。
That's flattering, thank you, but it doesn't work on me. Just because you love me, I'm not gonna love you back.
いいですか？
She blushes and continues on.
だから私のことも好きになってほしいんです。
ちょっと。
そりゃあ子様は私がこんなことを申し上げても、きっと温室育ちの箱入り娘がたまたま身近に来て話す機会が増えた若い異性にバカみたいに伸ばし上がってるとお思いでしょうが、でもこれは違うんです。本当なんです。
そんなこと思ってないですが。
すみません。でも真剣なんです。
そうですか。
すみません。
She shrinks back and tilts her head down in embarrassment. I don't know what to do or say. I think, then speak up.
でもそれは無茶ですよ。突然無理に好きになれって言われて、はいそうですかと好きになれるようなものじゃないんですよ。
よっぽどその方が大事なんですね。
その話はだからしてないんですが。
了承しました。
She murmurs this while still facing downward. I can feel her dejection. I get awkward and look away. I look at her because of a sound. She's making a face and wiping her eyes with her sleeve. Could it be?
なんでもありません。
Whatever happened to I don't lie? She raises her face, but her eyes are welled up.
泣いてませんでした。
泣いてなどおりません。
She forces on an angry face, and the makeup under her eyes is coming off.
大体本当は私あ子様なんか好きじゃありません。役割上仕方なくそう言っただけですから。
Alright?
そうですか。
本当ですよ。さっきのは嘘なんです。
はあ。
私だって必要な時には嘘くらいつけます。
いや、そんな質問はしていませんが。
本当に私は嘘が上手なんですよ。
わかりました。
とにかくあ子様は黙ってするべきことをしてくださればそれで良いのです。どうしてそれだけのことなのにそんなに難しいお話をなさるのですか？あんまりごちゃごちゃ言わないでください。私だって怒りますよ。
She declares this while staring at me in the eyes.
子供のことはたとえどうなろうとも私が絶対幸せにしてみせます。
Ryugeju is staring at me. No matter what her reason may be, I don't see any intention to deceive me. It may be foolish, but she's serious. Hell no! Why the fuck would I accept you? Like, come on now.
いや、よしましょ
I stare back at her.
う。何と言ったらいいかわからないのですが。
何もおっしゃらないでください。残念です。
Ryugeju nods to herself after a moment of silence. She takes a deep breath and she's back to her calm self. She wipes her eyes and looks at me with her cool gaze.
もうこのことについては何も申し上げません。しかしあ子様のご意志にかかわらず、これは私どもにとってどうしても必要なことなのです。場合によってはあ子様の望まない手段を用いることもあるかもしれません。
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. I might have just doomed Tsukasa. She says this with a calm expression.
すみません。
謝らないでください。大丈夫ですから。
She smiles.
そうだ、アロエは元気ですか？
I try to change the subject.
お元気です。今日も子供たちと外で遊んでらっしゃいました。
よかったです。コミュニケーションブックないのに
あまり感触を起こしてないようですし、言葉がうまく使えないのにも慣れてきたんですね。それも悲しいことなのかもしれませんが。
お会いになりますか？
いいんですか？
ええ、私の方から取り計らっておきます。それくらいの自由は何とかできると思います。
恩に来ます。
いえ、それに寺の中のものをご覧になっていただくのもよろしいかと思って。
Oh,
実際に
I do not like
ど
the
ういった
sound of
人
that.
間の希望を背負っているのかを目の当たりになされば、お考えも多少変わるかもしれません。
は
あと、私を救っていただいたご恩もございます。こんなことでは到底埋め合わせにはなりませんが、尼子様は何もお望みにならないので、何か他に必要なものがございましたらお申し付けください。
いや、結構です。本当に気にしないでくださいよ。第一、僕一人が助けたわけじゃないですからね。それに今の生活に特に不自由はないので望みもありませんよ。アロエのことだけは気になっていましたが、あとは何もしていただかなくて結構です。
それにしても
どうしました？
本当に。
Oh, sorry. She's looking at me as if she's troubled.
何でしょう？
いいえ、何でもありません。
I
これ
think
でいいのかもしれません。
I think you're a bit too trusting, Tsukasa. I don't like this. There's definitely something going on outside of this room. She sighs. That afternoon, Hoshino-san pushes my wheelchair and I get to see Aroe. But Aroe doesn't show any special interest in me, as if she has forgotten about me. She must be more interested in the bandage around my leg than me, as she keeps looking at me there. Aroe keeps reaching out for my injury, but I push her hand away since I don't want it touched. She gets bored and runs away. She disappears without turning around. Aroe is still Aroe. After that, I'm led around the compound like Ryugeju said. It's been a while since I felt the outside wind, and even the chilly wind that pierces through my skin, through my thin clothes, feel pleasant. The people in the compound show no brutality, even though they're in the middle of a fierce war. They're all cheerful and bow to me whenever our eyes meet. But their bodies are covered in bandages, and their clothes are stained in blood. It does not match their gentle attitudes. In short, most of them are injured.
皆さん、弥勒様のご下生を信じているから何も恐れてはいないのです。
Hoshino-san speaks up as if she saw through me.
しかし、このままじゃ傷薬も足りなくなっちゃうでしょう。
I start another subject.
それはきっと大丈夫です。龍下樹様は間もなくこの戦いは終わるとおっしゃいました。争い事がなくなれば怪我をする人も減るでしょう。
Hoshino-san declares clearly.
そうなんですか。さっきあの人はそんなことを少しも言っていなかったようですが、それは例の余地ですか？
ええ、昨日の夜中、私どもの宿舎においでになってお話しくださいました。争いは終わり、私どもの生活も新しい段階に入るのだそうです。
どういう形で終わるんですか？
そこまではおっしゃいませんでした。
なるほど。
If their peace of mind stems from Ryugeju-san's words, I'm amazed at how much trust they have in her. We go around the compound and start to head back when someone calls out to us.
はあ、お久しぶりですね。
Oh, this guy's still alive. A familiar man is standing there. I still haven't forgotten his face. It's that policeman who shot at me.
ああ、星野さんもこんにちは。しかしあなたがまさか弥勒様のお父上になるとは奇遇ですな。
He looks at me.
なっていませんよ。
そうですか。まあ、あの時は申し訳なかった。しかし大丈夫ですよ。仏様はどうやら公平らしいです。
He laughs and scratches his bearded chin. His index and middle fingers are missing from the bandaged hand.
公平？
ええ、因果応報ってやつです。仲間だってやつらはみんな惨めに死んじまいました。今生き残ってるのは私だけです。まあ この分だと私も近いうちにお打仏ってことなんでしょう。きっと龍下樹様にはそれが見えとったんだな。確かに皆悪いこと一つする前に死んでます。慶願恐れ入り屋の騎士母人です。
He's laughing lightheartedly. I don't see any subservience or madness in his face.
嫌じゃないんですか？
いや、まさか願ったり叶ったりですよ。やっとこれで肩の荷が下りるというものです。死んじまった連中も同じ気持ちでしょう。ここで毎日仏様にお祈りしながら静かな生活を送り、そしてみんなのために死ねる。あんまり人がましくて涙が出ます。やっぱり正しいことのために何かをするってのはいいものです。
そうですか。
そうですとも。私はこれでも一応公僕でしたからな。人のために尽くそうと思う気持ちはあるのです。今さら公僕というのはなんだか申し訳ないですが。それではおいとまします。今日の夜また学校の方々と予定がありますのでね。準備をしなければ。まったく彼らも商法を知らないかわいそうな人たちだ。それでは。
The policeman laughs and leaves.
用事って何ですか？
I ask Hoshino-san.
学校の方からお手紙があったんです。
She answers with a stiff face.
なんて？
捕虜を今夜公開処刑すると。
公開処刑って？
今に始まったことではございません。捕まえるたび彼らはそれを行います。そして阻止しに来るのを誘っているのです。罠ですね。かといって見捨てるわけにはいきませんから。
じゃあ今夜も争いになるってことですか？
Man, this is so different compared to Subahibi in a pretty sad way. In Subahibi, they show off like how cults can be very, very crazy. But in this, they show you that cults can actually become the road to salvation. What the heck?
おそらくは。
With her expression still stiff, she nods. Oh god, Takuma's point of view. Alright. It's a good day to start a game when that's the first thing you hear. People screaming. But that's the end of the episode for today. This game is really nice. But I gotta go to bed. So, thank you all so much for watching. I'm enjoying this as always. Like, the game is really good. I really, really like this game. Did I not save during the choice for when we should have sex or not? Oh shit, I might have to reload and make a save there. But yeah, thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. I gotta turn on my AC again, it's so hot. See ya.